Hello. Something has been brought to my spirit for the last several days, and today was the day I said, I'm going to talk about this. I'm on my soapbox today, and the topic is calling the divine for judgment to be made on a situation that's really bothering you. So, I've got several topics that I want judgment called on, and it's natural. Things come to light in life and they're not fair, and you're thinking to yourself, why did this happen? I'll give you, like, for instance, they're just for instances, okay? Um, just people being snakes. Coworker that's got a problem and tells everybody in the building except for you. Um, just people being shady, sneaky, just slithering snake is the way I would describe it. Just something that's super, blasphemous, gossip, unfair, not a good situation. It could be family that leave you out. It could be, a relationship where you're cheated on. It could be opportunities that you didn't get for unfair reasons. I mean, I can go on and on until I'm blue in the face. But if it's something that's in your spirit that you cannot let it go, I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying by calling judgment. It doesn't mean I want something horrible to happen to these people. Like, I'm going to sit back and wait for, the punishment to begin. Like, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is when the wound runs so deep and you're holding on to the anger, the resentment, the frustration, you feel like, how could people do this and get away with it? I, like everyone else, consider themselves to have high morals, high standards, high, you work hard, you do things right in life, you don't cheat the government, you don't cheat your friends, you don't cheat, you're just doing the best you can every day. And then something comes along and is completely and utterly awful and unfair. And you think, how could this situation be rectified? Where is the justice? How do you continue to do right and wrong things are happening to a good person? So when this happens and there's the anger in your spirit, I always say, ask the divine to call judgment on the situation. So when I'm in my car driving somewhere, or I'm at home and I feel that bubbling up in my spirit, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I don't like what's happening, I don't think it's fair, instead of holding that in or lashing out or doing something that my ego would like for me to do, tell somebody off or whatever, I try to take a step back and I say, I call on my ancestors, I call on my spirit guides, galactic guides, ascended masters, angel guides, anyone watching over me, and I say, I'm calling judgment on the situation. It's bothering me. It's in my spirit. I can't let it go. I'm frustrated. I'm angry. I don't know how to stop thinking about it. It's looping in my mind. I want judgment to be called on this situation and everyone involved in it. And then I just kind of sit back and have peace in knowing that the situation is out of my hands. I ask them to take that unforgiveness out of my spirit. I ask them to take the looping thoughts out of my spirit. I ask them to take the anger out of my spirit. And then we just let whatever is going to transpire. And I always say the divine will step in and oversee the situation on your behalf. Because when you live with integrity and you have nothing to hide, and you're a good person, and bad things happen to you, we sometimes think, justice won't be served, nothing's ever going to happen, it doesn't pay to be a good person, all these unscrupulous people are getting ahead. And in reality, you guys know, with karma, we don't get away with anything. Nothing goes unseen. No sneaky act goes unseen. And all the people involved will be under judgment. And it's not for us to wish harm, But if it is an unforgiveness in your soul and you're having a hard time letting go, I would ask the divine to call judgment on the situation for you and your behalf. It's like your spiritual lawyer, you know. I'm in my 40s, so we had Judge Judy, Judge Wapner, I don't know, there's many others I could name. Okay, get them all together. Spiritual judgment is coming in. You just have to ask. Okay? Love to everyone.